That answer what I asked you?
What you asking?
How you scolding me helped the situation?
It's not a scolding.
What was it?
It's me stating the obvious.
Okay, how you stating the obvious? Because clearly if it's obvious, it's known. How you stating the obvious going to help the situation?
Maybe you listen this time. Maybe it just may stick this time.
So for example, when you're not well, I will do everything for you, wait on your hand and foot, trying to make sure you feel better. But then you say when I'm not well, what I get is cussing. That's legit what has happened.
That is nothing like what just happened.
That's what just happened. How did that's not what just happened?
I can't believe that's your interpretation of what just happened.
So what just happened? What's up, guys?
Welcome back to our channel, Essence of ShanandKehlz. I'm Shan, this is Kelly, my fiance.
So today, guys, I'm a little under the weather. If you can't see, my allergies are acting up. All of this is not the cutest at the moment.
It's not even showing.
You can see it in my eyes.
I'm gonna say how she go on before the video starts. Like, I'm not the happiest either. I'm what you'd call on my wrong side. But let's do this.
On your wrong side,
because you're in a mood and I'm getting the bitter end of it.
how are you getting the bitter end of it?
We'll discuss afterwards.
No, Mom, we discuss right now. How are you getting the bitter end of it?
We'll discuss afterwards.
We can discuss it right now.
We'll discuss afterwards.
So why can't we discuss it right now?
Round 1, fight!
Because we're going to do the video.
The video can't pass.
You soon fall asleep because you on his stuff.
Why can't we discuss it right now?
And then you start crying and then...
How am I in a mood and getting on your wrong side?
Me talk to you, you slam door in my face.
I didn't slam the door in your face, I walked away.
And slam the door in my face. While me talk to you.
My intention was to slam the door in your face. My intention was just to walk away. Coming and see how you cussing me is going to make a difference of what's happening right now. How is it going to help the situation?
Kelly.
How you scolding me gonna make me feel better?
Me drop my pride. And I move from outside, and I come inside, and I set up by myself, and I do
That not answer what I asked you though.
Okay.
That answer what I asked you?
What you asking?
How you scolding me helped the situation?
It's not a scolding.
What was it?
It's me stating the obvious.
Okay, how you stating the obvious? Because clearly if it's obvious, it's known. How you stating the obvious going to help the situation?
Maybe you listen this time. Maybe it just may stick this time. It's not the first time stating it. Obviously it doesn't help the situation.
Okay.
Everybody keeps saying it anyway.
Coming from a person who always gets headaches because they don't eat, but yesterday still don't eat.
I learn.
So you still do it?
I learn. I've been eating like crazy recently.
For the last what? Couple days?
Because yes, for the last couple days. Sometimes I don't have a choice.
You don't like admit when you're in the wrong though.
What you want me to say? I say yes for the past couple of days. I agree to everything we said a while ago.
Alright, Shan. Start the video and restart it. Alright guys, so today we were playing a game. We actually, before we even get into it, we got this idea from a couple's channel called Dory and Brittany or Brittany and Dory. I think it's Brittany and Dory. It's either Brittany and Dory or Dory and Brittany. So the game that we'll be playing is called The And. It's from this site called The Skin Deep. So if you guys like the questions that we ask, you guys can go and purchase it on the site, or you can just sponge off of these videos and play it with your significant other as well.
I don't think they can see it. Like, so it's The And.
So basically, the essence of the game is, well, how we are going to play it is, I'm going to take 2 cards, Shan is going to take 2 cards, and we ask each other the question. If we feel necessary, we can ask each other the question back. So I can ask her the question that she asks me back if I feel the need to, but not necessarily have to. I'm saying 2 because I've seen where this game can get long. So if it's the case that we get through too quickly and we have more time and we get into the game and want to do more, we'll do it as we go along. But we're just going to start off with picking 2 cards.
Okay. So we can possibly pick a third.
Yeah, if we
we
have time.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. I'm excited to play this game.
Alright.
It seems fun, and it can help you to get closer to your partner.
You can pick 2
You learn
out of
stuff that you thought you knew, but you really didn't have a clue about.
You pick 2 from that stuff.
Okay.
From this. You can look at them now.
Oh.
What's the most difficult lesson you've learned from being with me? These questions are not easy to answer.
Oh, clue. This is going to take some thinking time. I'm not sure if this is it, but probably that I can't do everything on my own. I need somebody. Yeah, so he taught me that, because after the kind of childhood that I had and me having to figure certain things out on my own, you know, that part of it, I kind of learned how to do it on my own. I figured it out how to do it on my own, and it was working, you know. I felt comfortable doing it, and then even though I would struggle with it, I was fine doing it, and it was my way. But then I met you, and I was doing my thing, and then I don't think you have that kind of mindset. You're like, hey, we're in this, so we gonna do this together. Without even knowing, I don't know if you did it, if it's intentional or what, but you kind of started projecting that towards me, like, we're in this together and we're going to do all the bits of stuff that you feel you have done by yourself and you can do by yourself, we going to do them together. Yeah, and you're helping me in some ways that sometimes I don't even need help with. I'm like, okay, so how do I react to this? You know, what kind of energy do I give back? Should I say no? And I'm not talking monetarily. You get me? Just assistance on a whole. And you know, over time, I learned something important, that with some assistance, things are easier, like so much easier, you know. And I started appreciating it more and more each day, and now I feel like I've adapted your way and I've chosen it over my way, you know. Like no man is an island. I feel like I've been saying that more than ever these days to people.
I'm a firm believer, guys, that teamwork makes the dream work. It makes everything much easier, for sure. Trust me on that.
Yeah, so that was hard for me to grasp, but I'm happy that you taught me that you showed me that part, and I was open enough to receive it and understand it and accept it. Yeah. My turn?
Yeah, we're gonna say we want to ask about the question right now.
Should I?
I don't know, up to you.
Yeah. What's the most difficult lesson you've learned from being with me?
Guys, if my answers are short, don't kill me. You know I'm not a woman of many words. I get straight to my point and that's it.
What are you trying to say?
We all know that you're the talker. My answer to this question would be probably two things, or maybe the two things are combined. I know communication is key, but I say this over and over on this channel. I am not much of a talker. I more show my stuff in actions. So if I'm in a mood, you're gonna see it by my action. If I'm angry, you're gonna see it by how I act. If I'm happy, you're gonna see it by how I act. I'm not going to say it necessarily. So one of the things I've learned is that I do need to talk. Talking makes everything better. Why are you looking at me like that?
You've learned that now?
What do you mean I've learned that now?
Continue.
You're saying that I haven't gotten better.
No. I'm just happy that it finally stuck.
It was something I always knew. I just didn't find it necessary to change it. I didn't care enough to change it. So maybe those persons just wasn't the right persons. Also, I am very prideful. Both of us are, so don't even bother look upon me like that. I am a very prideful person. I'll sit down in my mood forever just because I'm not talk to you first. And
I'm not like that. That's
yes,
not where my pride comes in.
Oh, that's not where your pride comes in, but you are prideful.
Yeah, I'm not saying nah, but that's not where.
So I've also learned to work on that. So those are two big lessons that I've learned.
So what Shan taught you?
What, to let go of my pride sometimes? And to communicate.
Ah, he's so superficial.
I'm so to the point.
Needs a story sometimes, maybe an example. Next question.
Yes, guys.
What kind of family do you want to have with me?
And I want 2 children and 2 dogs.
I don't have a problem with the second dog as long as it's an Akita. White Akita, full white Akita.
No, I'm not sure about that one there. I want a golden retriever. But yeah. I always said I wanted 3, but the financial strain. So I think 3 are gonna happen. Depends on how much money we have in the future. I see us wanting to have a very close family, so like you have your Sunday dinner, everybody sitting around the same table at least one time for the week. If you can't do it every day, at least one time for the week. Especially with our shifts as both being nurses, I know it's not going to be every day.
And it won't be a set day either.
Yeah, it probably won't be a set day either.
You can get a pillow too.
And not only close to us, but like close to their aunts and uncles and their cousins and stuff. Like I feel as I said, a very close-knit family, like what I've been brought up in, I would want to continue. And I would also want my children to be comfortable talking to me. I feel like I'm going to be the cool mom where they want to talk to, and then Shan will be the strict one, what discipline and like the one that I'm afraid to go to. That is how I see it going.
Fair enough. You asking or you throwing it?
I feel like your answer is gonna probably be the same, so I'm gonna throw it.
No.
Okay, honey. How do you see our family in the future?
You already thrown it. I want our family to be humble. Yeah. I want us to be filled with humility. Not just you and I, but our children as well. I see our children being very smart, like super smart kids, and I also see us being extremely close. I see them loving me a lot more than they love you.
As if.
It won't be obvious, only to me. And
Only to her, in her head.
and I see us going out, taking walks together, either for exercising purposes or just, random strolls. I see us overseas, living freely as a same-sex couple, with our children having 2 moms and being super comfortable that way. No shame, but just pride.
Okay.
Yeah, and I see them having really good relationships with their grandmas. I see us financially stable. Not rich, but
Financially stable.
financially stable.
Yeah.
Even I low-key feel like I'm gonna be rich one day. I'm rich one day. Seriously.
Manifest it, honey. Manifest it. Alright. My next question is, where do you think I might fail you?
This game's about truth, right? Honesty.
So what else could this game be about?
I'm just making sure, like, no hard feelings, just acceptance.
Yes, honey.
Yeah, and reasoning. Whatever we don't agree on, we can reason it out. So I see you failing me. Honestly, I see you failing me when it comes on to being strong for a family. Should all of the lovely things that I just explained a while ago don't really work out, or maybe work out and then everything just starts going downhill. I see you failing me where I don't think you won't have the kind of resilience that I expect you to have. I feel like you will eventually break, especially if the kids are not coping. You are not coping, the kids are not coping. I know I'll be coping because I'm used to a rough life, but honestly, don't think you can deal with it.
Mentally?
Mentally, a mental breakdown. I see you failing me there, and I honestly expect you to toughen up and just, hang in there. Yeah. And I see you failing me. For example, I feel like when we have our child, I feel like you're gonna go through postpartum depression. I tell you this already. I feel like you're actually gonna do it because babies cry. You won't be able to get your sleep that you love so much. You won't be able to eat all the lovely things that you wanna eat because you have to stay healthy for the baby throughout your pregnancy. You won't be able to. You probably won't look the way that you want to look because children have some effect on body weight and when it comes down to proportion, boob size, stomach size, swelling of the face and such, swollen feet, and I don't think you can manage all of that disturbed body image. I think you're going to break, and I'm going to expect otherwise. And I'm going to be so sad about it.
You think I'm going to break, but you're going to expect otherwise? I don't understand that. So you think I'm going to break, but you're going to still expect me not to?
Yeah, of course I have to have some hope. That's my ray of sunshine.
I can understand where you're coming from because, as I said, I feel like I've said it on the channel before that I can be a very moody person. I have mood swings, but I don't think that I will break in terms of that. I do believe that maybe I will get postpartum, but not due to the stress and stuff of having the baby, but more towards all the hormonal changes that would be going through my body. Because for me, something simple as having my period or my period is supposed to come, I can feel when my mood changes. So that's the only reason. What?
It sucks. Continue.
That is the only reason why I would think I would experience postpartum, because of the hormones. But in terms of not being able to handle the stress of having a baby and stuff, I don't think that would be the point of breakdown for me.
Okay.
I think it would be more on the chemical side. Also,
I'm happy to hear that.
with our plans not going as how it's supposed to go, or like what you see the family as, I don't think I would break down mentally. I think it would more be the case where I would be more on what are we going to do.
So how would we come home from work and find you crying?
But just because,
right? Or wouldn't be
but that's the
lying down
thing.
and just break into tears.
That is where we don't connect. Where I've been trying for her to understand is, just because I cry doesn't mean that it's like me breaking down mentally. Sometimes, like, I can cry it out and then I'm good afterwards. Just let me cry it out. That is how I show my emotions. If I'm angry, I cry. If I'm sad, I cry. If I'm happy, I cry. That's just me. That's just how I show. That's just how I.
Okay, but you can cry. You can cry just as long as you. Each time you cry, you tell me why you're crying.
But I feel like
so you have to have reasons behind your tears. You have to give me reasons behind your tears so that I don't feel like I'm useless.
Okay.
So just give me a reason, and we reason it out, and I reassure you where reassurance is needed, and we proceed happily ever after. Until the next breakdown. Oh, I want to ask this. Where do you think I might fail you?
Emotional wise, I feel like you don't. It's like you try to understand, but you still don't completely understand, and even by your answers, some of these questions, it makes it obvious that you don't understand. But I feel like you don't understand how I express myself or how I receive information all the time either. For example, like if we're having a discussion, and I always tell you it's not what you say but how you say it. So I don't think you know how to deliver messages to me sometimes in how you say it and how you do it. You get what I'm trying to say?
But I don't really understand that. That's just how you do it.
So it's like maybe how I do things is not how you would do things, and maybe how I do things is how I would want to receive things. I do what I would like to receive, and you don't necessarily do what you receive. Understand? So for example, when you're not well, I would do everything for you, wait on your hand and foot, trying to make sure you feel better. But then yesterday when I'm not well, what I get is cussing. That's legit what just happened.
That is nothing like what just happened.
That's what just happened. How did that's not what just happened?
I can't believe that's your interpretation of what just happened.
So what just happened?
Round 2. Fight.
What just happened? Tell me.
Kelly, I was cursing you, baby.
So what were you doing?
It was far from me cursing you. I'm saying you're ill, right? So let's say your allergy is breaking out. Again, we know what makes this happen to you.
This happened.
We have a pretty good idea. This happened. Yes, was it yesterday?
No.
This happened either yesterday or the day before yesterday, and even your mom said, Kelly, we've been saying this repeatedly. This is it. This is it. You need to be staying away from it. Today, what did you do? You went ahead and you got the very same thing. I know you're gonna say, I can't do this and I can't do that and I can't do that because this is happening. It does. Because this is happening. But why is this happening? We legit spoke about this yesterday. Like, could have proceeded with my other question because this video way too long now. But that's fine.
That's not true because look how much times as I said, you do things that you know the outcome for you is not going to be good, but you still do it.
So it's not like I don't feel sorry for you, and it's not like I still won't do everything for you. It's just my shitty way of doing things. May just have to point out where you went wrong, and the fact that you not think about yourself. You have to, you not to think about yourself,
But,
and you
that
want
is
me to
fine.
think about you.
That is fine for
And
you
it's fine.
to know.
I don't think about you, but please think about yourself too.
And it's fine for you to tell me
that's
those
important
things,
to me.
and that's why it comes in. It's not what you say, but how you say it.
Point taken, guys. We will not be arguing anymore on y'all TVs, y'all phones, and I will not be reading my next question because this video is way too long at this point. So tell y'all what, Kelly and I are going to make
What question do you have?
and how has our upbringing been different, and how does that affect our relationship? But that's going to need a long ass time for us both to explain, so that's for another time.
I hope this let you guys in a little more into a relationship. I feel like it definitely should. You guys get a little insight of how we go back and forth in resolving our issues.
At least we get them resolved at the end of the day, or at least we come to
a conclusion,
a consensus.
So I hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and
subscribe
and share, please.
Alright guys, bless up. ShanandKehlz will see y'all next week. We love you.
Bye guys.
Deuces.